if you're seeing me for the first time, or if you're seeing this at all, if this is finding you, it's not a coincidence. I have a message for you from Spirit, okay? And I feel like the biggest thing coming through today is that you are on the right path. So if you've been wondering if you're on the right path, you're asking for a sign, this is your sign. You are on the right path. Now, I will get into this message a little bit more, but I just want to introduce myself first. I'm Lillian. I'm a psychic tarot reader. And if you're feeling drawn here, please join us, join the soul family. I'm calling you guys in. I'm calling in my soul tribe. So, oh, itchy. I know Spirit's in the room when my nose gets itchy. But yeah, if you're feeling drawn here and you want to join, then welcome. If not, then I invite you to just receive this message as you see fit, as it resonates. And yeah. Okay, let's get into it. So I want to start off by saying that you also have gifts, okay? You probably know this, or you're going to be discovering this soon. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, you already know this. You guys are old souls. You're very perceptive. You have very strong discernment. And I feel like this next chapter of your journey is testing your discernment, is testing your ability to see through facade and for you to accept the truth for what it is, okay? And I feel like Spirit's asking you to ask them to reveal things to you. So there may be, again, some type of illusion in your life. There could be something that you aren't seeing clearly, or that you maybe don't want to accept. This will be different for everybody. But there could be some type of truth that needs to be revealed to you that maybe you are running away from, or maybe you don't want to accept, something of that sort. And I feel like Spirit wants to reveal it to you. And so I feel like the biggest message coming through right now is, don't block yourself from seeing the truth. Don't block yourself from seeing what you need to see going forward, because I'm hearing that it's going to set you free and that it's going to allow you to move forward, okay? Some of you guys may be feeling stuck in some ways. There may be also some type of like wishful thinking happening as well. But it's funny because the two cards that we got here, it's one's in reverse, and I was trying to figure out what was going on there. Yeah, one's in reverse, okay? So the Seer in reverse. Let's talk about the energy that I just described, okay? Maybe not seeing something clearly on your path. It could even be not seeing your path clearly. Maybe that's where there is some type of illusion, okay? And maybe that's why you're asking yourself if you are on the right path, because there is some type of illusion here on your path, on your journey, where I don't feel like you're maybe seeing things clearly. But now there's this energy of wishful thinking, and I feel like Spirit's saying that it's really important to balance dreaming and wishing with action. Okay? Let's see where this goes. Because there's something here about Spirit saying that you are en route to your dreams, to manifesting the life beyond your wildest dreams. Like, that is in the cards for you type thing. That is part of your destiny. But there's some element here of not seeing maybe that you're on the right path towards that. Maybe letting fear create this illusion on your path is what I'm hearing. Okay. I'm feeling this energy as I go as well, so don't mind me as I tweak it. But yeah, that's what I feel like is coming through today. I feel like Spirit wants you to ask them to bring you this clarity, okay? Bring you this clarity that you are on the right path. And I feel like this is part one. This video is part of that. But I feel like this has more to do with your own perspective, your own eyes, the way that you are viewing your life, the way that you're viewing your path, the way that you're viewing every single event that is happening, okay? Leading up to this moment where you're watching this video. I feel like there's this energy of but it's this energy not so much of seeing with your eyes. It's this energy more of seeing with your third eye, being able to see psychically that you're on the right path. Does that make sense? So I feel like there's this energy of being able to know that you're on the right path, even if you can't see it in the physical reality yet. Okay, so being able to feel your way through. Okay, interesting. I really feel called to read from the guidebook this one card. Okay. Sorry, I just flipped randomly to this other card that I didn't pull, but I'm feeling called and nudged to read it for you. We'll read it first and then we'll jump over to this other card. So this is the hummingbird card. And it's really funny because I also asked the universe, asked God to show me a sign that I'm on the right path. And as I was asking this, I saw a hummingbird and I said, okay, I love hummingbirds. Let's make that confirmation a hummingbird. And it's funny because I just opened the book here. And of course, I've flipped to the hummingbird card. And so obviously, because this is a collective reading, we are part of the same collective. And so it's very likely that you and I are moving through similar energy, although different. Okay. Because obviously, our paths are unique, but that doesn't mean that the energy is that different. Okay. So I feel like it's funny because it's almost like this hummingbird is also confirming to you that you're on the right path. And maybe you'll see a hummingbird after this video, whether it be in real life or whether it be a photo, a sticker, in a movie, whatever, I don't know. However it comes your way, trust that that's confirmation that this message is for you and that you are on the right path. Now, let's get into it and read what this says. It says, despite being so little, hummingbirds are great journeyers, migrating between North and Central or South America to feed from the summer nectar. This gentle creature can be fiercely territorial to protect its home. Hummingbird teaches us to be gentle to ourselves and protect our personal space. Hummingbird invites you to embark on your epic quest. Bypass the dung pile of old pain and hurts, head for the flowers, and learn to trust the calling you hear ever so softly. The buzzing you feel is the sound of your hummingbird wings preparing you to say yes to a new adventure. This is not the time to linger on what has gone wrong, but to trust in the rightness of the moment and to take bold action. Trust that success is assured, even if you must face tests and challenges to reach your destination. Know that all will be well because the all is in the small. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like what it's saying there about, inevitably facing challenges along your path. Maybe this is one of those, right? Having this doubt that maybe we're not heading down the right path because there has been some challenges or there has been some self-doubt or it hasn't felt completely perfect, right? So it's almost like things are creeping up. And I feel like this is also a really great opportunity to bring up the shadow, right? It could be that right now is a really good time to delve into that shadow and to see what it's telling us, what it's telling you, what is it putting in your head that is maybe blocking you from seeing the truth. And the truth is that you're on the right path, okay? You're on the path to success. You're on the path to your wildest dreams. And so trust that. It's also funny. Oh, itchy nose. I know that spirit saying yes. It's also funny because the Hermit, this is the deck that I started reading tarot with. This was the deck that I, started down my journey with, and I haven't used it in a very long time, but I felt really nudged to use it today for you during this reading. And I kind of realized why. And I think why I chose it is because you're at the beginning of your journey, okay? You're at the beginning of this new journey. Now, you may have been on a journey for a while, or like I said, you may be new to it. Whatever resonates with you specifically, as there are, going to be multiple people watching this, but regardless, this is a new chapter. This is a new phase of that journey. And I feel like it's going to be a very important, pivotal one. And so, yeah, I think that's why I picked up that deck, because there is, yeah, this new beginning, this need to say yes to a change, this need to say yes to this adventure, and let yourself flow with it. Okay, now let's see what this other card has to say. This is the Mystical Shaman card. So let's see what I love this guidebook. So I don't usually read from the guidebook, but with this deck I always do, because I feel like it's really good. It's really good. Okay. So the essence of this card. This is the symbol of the myth maker and storyteller who is neither made of nor defined by the story. Instead, he observes it, evolves through it, perceives all aspects of it. In so doing, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story, a new myth into being. He dances between worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around his shoulders, and sings the world into being. He reminds us to be in the world and travel through it, but not to be defined by it or become too attached to the experience. This is a symbol of true alchemy. For all elements of life have a spiritual aspect and a material one. When we remember this, all manner of miracles and manifestations are possible. That's what I was saying earlier, right? It's kind of this need to not so much trust your physical eyes right now and trust more that third eye, trust that inner seeing, because I feel like that is like the phase that you're at in this journey. Does that make sense? I feel like during certain journeys, we go through a more spiritual aspect where we're kind of getting all the elements in order, all the energy in order before it can come into the physical realm. And then, there's a phase where it comes into the physical realm and we learn to live with it. We learn to interact with it. And so it's almost like right now, something hasn't quite come into your reality. And I think maybe there's a little bit of impatience or illusion because it hasn't quite arrived yet. But I feel like Spirit's saying, just because you can't see it with your own two eyes right now, that doesn't mean that it's not coming or that you're not kind of manifesting it in a more energetic way, in the energetic realm. Does that make sense? And so I feel like you're being called to, look at your journey right now through your third eye, through your spiritual eyes, because you're currently alchemizing, okay? You're alchemizing, and you're I feel like you're alchemizing like a lower timeline into a higher one, into a better one. And that's why I keep saying the life of your dreams, like life beyond your wildest dreams, because it's like you're alchemizing timelines right now. But I feel like right now you're currently, your higher self, your soul is currently working on the spiritual side, because that's where a lot of us can fail when it comes to manifestation, right? Maybe we focus too much on the physical, or too much on the spiritual, whatever it is. And there needs to be balance for it to kind of perfectly manifest the way that it needs to. And so I feel like it's really important for you to recognize why it's so valuable to take this time to focus on the spiritual side, on the energetic side of this new timeline, because it's basically setting the foundation for the physical one to come in. Otherwise, a lot of the times it just doesn't come in, right? Or it comes in wonky, or it just it doesn't sit right, it doesn't feel right, it's not the way that we want it. And so there's this element of this. Okay, so this is the invitation of the card. When the mystical shaman appears, you're invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You are called to create and dream your life. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the stories you tell yourself and others? What if you could become a mystery to yourself? Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that have defined you up until now? You do not have to live in a story that has roots in the past. What if there were no need to explain you to anyone, not even to yourself? The way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. Yeah, that's what you're doing right now, because you are on the right path. You're on the right path to doing that. But you need to trust that. There's this energy of being attached to a certain outcome, attached to the way that you see things unfolding, attached to the way that you feel they need to unfold. It's like, why can't you just let it go? Let it flow, right? Let it flow. Just show up. Just keep showing up, or keep working on the energetic side of this right now. Okay, allow yourself to do that and trust that in due time it will come in ways that you could not have even imagined. And I feel like that's why there's this energy of needing to detach from the physical manifestation, for detach from what we want the outcome to look like, okay? Or not so much the outcome, but more so the process to the outcome, okay? It's funny too, something like string theory was coming up before I started filming, and you know, and I'm so sorry if you can hear the cat meowing outside. I had to kick her out because she just wouldn't stop. Yeah, something about string theory being relevant here. So I don't know, you may believe in string theory, or it could be that spirit wants you to look into it a little bit more and understand how that can manifest in your life. And it kind of makes sense because it's like, you know, what I was saying, that you might have this idea of how things need to go, like how things need to look as they progress, because you're looking at it maybe from a logical lens right now, because there's some type of fear or shadow coming up that is keeping you from really tapping into that intuition, because there's a deeper layer of trust that comes in when we only trust the intuition, right? And so I feel like there's this fear of maybe not getting a certain outcome, like I said, because we're not seeing it right now. And so we're kind of getting into this logical mode of, okay, this has to happen first, then this has to happen, like, you know, very human of us to do that with everything, right? And so I feel like Spirit's saying that remind yourself of string theory, that it's like you will randomly meet people that connect you to someone else, that connect you to this, that make something that you thought was impossible, or that would take like, you know, X amount of time, or that you would have to jump through all these hoops to get. It's like, you know, the universe sets you up in a much quicker timeline because they can see things from a bird's eye view, right? It's like, you know, moving around the chess pieces, like they can do that for you. And so there's this element of allowing that to happen. Like I said, just show up where you're called to. Okay. I also wanted to say that, you know, I got confirmation that this reading was about letting you know that you were on the right path, because as I was shuffling this deck, I got this card. Okay, and this card basically, okay, it literally says aligned with purpose, right? But it's also about this energy of, yeah, being at a crossroads and asking yourself, should I continue? Should I continue down this path? Like, should I pivot? Am I going down the right path to get to what I want? And I feel like Spirit's saying, yes, you are going down the right path. Like, this is the right path. Although, like I said, string theory, your destiny is tied to you by all these invisible threads, right? And so I feel like Spirit's almost saying, like, you know, there is no wrong path either, because we will make sure that you get to where you need to be one way or the other. However, if you keep going down this path, it might be a little bit easier because we won't have to, you know, pull as many strings or move as many pieces. Because I feel like you've recently started down a new path. I feel like you've already pivoted, okay? There's an element of that. And I feel like there's kind of this energy of, should I pivot again before I like get too deep into this? Or like, you know what I mean? Like before I put so much energy and time down this one path, like, should I pivot now? And I feel like okay, I'm getting different energy for different people watching this. Some of you guys have already said yes to a new direction, okay, to a new path. Some of you guys have already embarked down it, and others of you have not yet done that. Others of you have not yet pivoted. And so I feel like there are some of you that are wondering, am I on the right path? Should I continue? And that's a yes. And then I feel like there are others of you that want to start this new beginning or take this risk that you feel really called to, but there's a lot of logic and fear kind of blocking you from going down a new direction. Okay? And I feel like Spirit is saying if you're afraid that if you start walking down this new path, or start walking, like take on this new adventure. If you have fear that it's going to fail or that it's the wrong decision, fear not, basically, because like this card says, it doesn't matter. You're going to end up where you're meant to either way. We're going to make sure of that. And so it could be, if you're feeling called to pivot and start, down a new path, it could be that that's just Spirit trying to accelerate this higher timeline, okay? That's Spirit's way of accelerating a big manifestation for you. 8 of Pentacles. For a lot of you guys, this could have to do with work. Okay? You may be questioning your path with work, with career. Okay, what else, Spirit? What does the person watching this, what do they need to know? What do we want to tell them today? Yeah, so okay, so this makes a lot of sense. So we have the 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords reverse, and then the Hanged Man. So I feel like some of you guys have been like working very diligently towards something, working very hard towards something. It could be like focusing a lot on your path, right? Like hence this reading, the topic of this reading, really maybe focusing on this path. And it's so funny because you got the Seer card in reverse and then the 2 of Swords in reverse. And I feel like it's kind of the same energy. Let me show you. It's kind of the same energy there where the eyes are covered. Interesting. But I feel like Spirit's saying it's like you are going to see things clearly as soon as you allow them to reveal it to you intuitively. Okay, because I feel like some of you guys are really questioning, should I continue down this path or pivot? And for those of you that have been feeling stuck or like things haven't been moving, I feel like that's this pause, this time out to give you a new perspective, give you some type of enlightenment. Because like I said, I feel like you've been looking at things too logically perhaps, and they haven't really gotten you the answers that you're looking for. And I feel like Spirit's saying as soon as you allow yourself to become enlightened by your intuition, by your inner guidance, by us, you're going to feel much more confident. Okay, Spirit, what else? Tower. 2 of Cups. King of Pentacles. I feel like there have been some shakeups on your path. I feel like there have been shakeups with relationships, partnerships. This could be career partnerships. This could be romantic partnerships. Although this gives me definitely more like career energy, if I'm being honest. I feel like there are shakeups here with partnerships, with contracts, with our finances, with our career path. I feel like a lot of you may decide to go off on your own when it comes to your career path, okay? Because I feel like there's this energy of maybe working really hard for other people, and now it's time to work really hard for ourselves. There's this energy of kind of going off on our own. Okay? Because I feel like at the end of the day, that's what's going to help you manifest the life of your dreams. It's also going to make you feel much more free. Because I feel like other people in your work environment have like held you back in some type of way. You know what energy I'm getting? I'm getting the energy that like people in in like your work environments have like taken advantage of your hard work, like have taken advantage of that work ethic that you have. And I feel like it's like maybe you're being pushed to your limits, or you have been pushed to your limits, and now it's like you're kind of seeing that for what it is. And I think that you're kind of realizing, I could probably be way more successful and well off if I just did this on my own. Okay? Because I feel like you've been maybe around uncooperative people, or just in situations that haven't been balanced, specifically with career, with work. With whatever it may be, whether it be with like bosses, supervisors, coworkers that just don't appreciate you, take advantage of your work ethic, okay? And, you know, if you're in this energy of worry about taking this risk, or if you already have taken this risk and you're worried about whether or not you made the right decision, I feel like you did. And I feel like as you continue down this path and have the hope that you are on the right path and that things will turn out beyond your wildest dreams, all of this anxiety is going to lift. It's going to lift. It's going to lift. And it could be, like I said, back to that seer card, right? In the reverse, where it's like, because maybe it's fresh, it's new, and we aren't really seeing, moon, aren't really seeing the reality yet. We haven't really seen it manifest physically yet, because there are still like strings. Oh my God, there's a hummingbird, guys, oh my God, there's a freaking hummingbird over there, guys. Oh my God. I wish I could flip the camera around and show you, but he's right there, guys. Guys, you're on the right path. And I feel like, yeah. Ace of Swords. And I feel like you're just not seeing it physically yet, but I feel like you will. I feel like you're going to be getting this clarity. Oh my God. Okay. So yeah, Hermit. This is like a new path that you're going down, and I feel like it's one aligned with your soul. It's one aligned with your soul. And like your higher self, your soul nudged you to do this, or is nudging you to do it, to go down this journey, as like dark and scary as it might feel. Like it's like you are being shown the way bit by bit. And I feel like Spirit saying very soon you're going to see that all of this was so worth it, that the risk was worth it, that the fear of the unknown was worth it. Yeah, because I feel like as soon as you decided, yes, I'm going to choose something different, I'm going to stop fooling myself by saying that, you know, this path that I was on, that's the right one. As soon as you kind of like accepted that it was time to shift by you taking action towards something different, I feel like Spirit, the universe said, okay, bet. I'm going to show you how good it gets. I'm going to show you how, because you chose you, everything's shifting now. Everything's going to shift now, and it's shifting for the better. Where previously things felt unstable and stuck, shifting for the better. Guys, I feel like you're entering a very abundant time in your lives, okay? But I don't feel like it's been easy for you to get here. I feel like you've faced a lot of betrayal and unfairness along the way. But that's changing. Yep. But that's changing. Yeah, Death and Nine of Pentacles. What did I say? Because you've allowed your life to radically shift, and you've kind of cut your losses, I feel like Spirit was, like I said, Spirit was like, bet. Spirit was like, bet. Yeah, look, yeah. Because you've cut your losses, Spirit said. All right, time to move forward now. Time to get the show, like, rolling, basically. Wow. You've had some painful endings, and I feel like they've left you kind of burdened in some way, scarred, concerned, weary. But it's almost like you in spirit are co-creating the life of your dreams. Wow, guys. Yeah, this 100% I feel has to do with finances and work and career. I feel like, look, I feel like for those of you that already took the risk, you may be worrying about the money. For others of you that haven't, you may be worrying about the money. Like, it's like that's holding you guys back, because I feel like you guys are really practical people. Yes, you're very tuned in. You're very intuitive. You're like, screw intuitive. You're psychic. Like, you see things, you see visions, you see things in your dreams. You have incredible discernment. But there's something here about like the physical and the spiritual clashing in a way, where it's like you want to believe this intuition and what it's telling you, but I feel like you're really worried about how it's going to come in the physical, or you're really worried about how you're going to make do, or how things, like what you're going to do. And I feel like Spirit's saying, like, let us help. Let us take over. Okay? And so partially I feel like this is also a message of hope, because I feel like really quickly this opportunity, this energy, this manifestation will be coming into the physical reality. And I feel like it's going to be coming in really quick, because here we have the Knight of Swords, and that's like, you know, the quickest moving knight. The quickest moving knight with the pentacle there, this offering that Spirit's giving you. And it's funny because on the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight, and it talks all about finances, right? And so I feel like you are scared that this is the energy that you're going to be in, where it's going to be really slow. It's going to take a lot of time, and you don't know if you can do that. Yeah, you don't know if you can wait for this abundance. I feel like there's this energy of scarcity, of worry. And I feel like because there's this worry, you're almost like, oh, should I go back? Should I go back to this old timeline, this old job, this old work environment, this old career that I don't really care about, that isn't really reflective of my worth and what I want in life? And I feel like Spirit is going to be showing you very soon that your patience and your trust is paying off, that it has paid off. I feel like that's what I had to tell you today. I feel like that's what you had to hear today. Yeah, because it's been your own fears keeping you from seeing the truth of the situation at hand, and it's that you're going to be okay. You're going to be more than okay. You're going to be better off than you were before. Okay? Okay, love, partnership. You are good enough. Something could have happened within a relationship as well, guys. Some of you guys may also be worried about a relationship, or something happened in a relationship. I mean, it could be like, although this is love, partnership, so I'm going to take it as that. Like, something could have happened as well in a personal relationship that made you question your self-worth. Okay, this could be like extra confirmation for you guys on top of this, you know, message that I've already given. Whatever that is, I feel like there's going to be a resolution. There's going to be harmony entering your life within a connection. Okay, I feel like that's a side message for some of you. Patience on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, guys, I feel like because something is taking a little bit of time to come in, or it's kind of testing your hard work's paying off. Yeah, I feel like because something's been testing your patience here, you've been really worried. You've been very worried about whether or not you made the right decision or whether or not you're on the right path. And I feel like with this, what do you need to release? And the Pisces 12th house, because the 12th house can talk about fear and anxiety, right? It can talk about self-undoing. I hope I'm focused. Oh, tell me I haven't been focused. I hope I have been. I apologize in advance if I have been unfocused here. But anyway, yeah, 12th house talks about our fears, self-undoing, like just like dark depths of our mind, okay? And I feel like maybe you've been going there. Maybe you've been going there with a lot of things in your life, and I feel like Spirit's saying, everything's fine, all is well, you're on the right path, it's okay, it's okay. I don't know, some of you guys, like this could be, like, it feels very career heavy for most of you, but this could also be, maybe you're doubting a relationship, like there's maybe, like, multiple things being doubted here. And I feel like Spirit's saying there's a need to release this fear. Let it die. Okay, let it die. That you are on the right path, and trust that if you weren't, that Spirit would somehow get you on the right path. Okay? Others of you, with this, it's time to take action. Others of you that haven't already taken the action that you need to when it comes to this big shift, when it comes to taking a chance on yourself, I feel like you're being called to do it. You're being called to take the risk that it will pay off. Yeah, take a step back. There's a need to take a step back from a situation and just reevaluate it without the fear. Because I feel like there's harmony entering your life, guys. Like, I feel like things... a new romantic cycle begins. Yeah, a lot of you guys may be worried about a relationship. Like, a lot of relationship oracles are coming through. Like, there may have been a lot of bumpiness in a relationship. And like I said, I feel like you're entering this new cycle of balance, of harmony. Like, okay... For some reason, though, I feel like that's not the most important message here. Like, I feel like this has more to do with, like, I don't know. I mean, it could all be very related, right? Just our destiny, just our paths in general. It doesn't have to get as specific as just career or love, but this is just a message about you being on the right path in general, okay? Cancer. It's time to release negativity. Yes, that's what I've been saying. Self-acceptance, strength and guidance, spiritual growth. Okay. So some of you guys think that you're not good enough to do something. Some of you guys think that you're not talented enough or beautiful enough, or I don't know, like that you don't have it, that you can't do it. You can. You have it in you. You're going to do it, okay? I know you're going to do it. I know you're going to take that step, because I feel like a lot of you guys are very cautious people here with the Cancer card coming through. Very cautious. And this could even come from, like, your family. I feel like maybe you grew up around this energy. This is, like, what you're used to. Okay, maybe you grew up in a very critical home. And I feel like maybe you're kind of carrying that forward where you like don't need to anymore. Like it's okay to kind of release that. I feel like there's a lot of negativity that you're holding onto or carrying that isn't even yours, especially there with that 12th house. Like that's very like subconscious energy. And I feel like there's something that has been ingrained in your subconscious from your family, from your home, that you are like carrying forward with you. And I feel like you need to release it, specifically around not being good enough. And I feel like whatever this relationship is or career thing, it's like kind of triggering this wound in you, this shadow that like you're not good enough. And I feel like the reason why it was triggered is so that you can actually let it go and put it to rest and realize where it's coming from truly. Spiritual growth, strength, and guidance. And if you see there, both of these cards, they have that third eye like being illuminated. Okay, so yeah, a lot of you guys are going to be like, I feel like fear is getting in the way of you seeing things for how they are. That's where we started off this reading. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of like fear of negativity affecting your life and just destroying everything. And I feel like that also goes back to the message of living without attachment, learning to live without people, places, things, not necessarily learning to live without them, but being okay regardless of whether they're in your life or not. Regardless, I just want to let you know, karmic completion, yep. I just want to let you know that these are growing pains that you're going through, and that it's okay to doubt whether or not you're on the right path because of how it makes you feel. However, Spirit's saying that they're giving you strength at this time and that they're really trying to get through to you so that you can actually see things for how they are, because I feel like when you do, there isn't going to be any more fear. Okay? Because I feel like with that, Neptune, illusion. Because I feel like with that karmic completion card that I just saw, I feel like Spirit's saying like the worst is over. You already are through the karmic part, through the karmic lesson. Okay. Yeah. A personal issue reaches resolution, romance and connection. Yeah. This may be like love related for some of you guys as well. Like I said, it could be both. However, take however it resonates, because, I feel like I got messages for both of those topics, but regardless, I'm just going to wrap this up by saying you're on the right path. Okay? Spirit sent me your way to let you know that you're on the right path. And this is like me sending you a big, big hug right now. And I just hope that this message gave you peace. I hope that it gave you the clarity that you deserve. And I feel like you're going to continue to have clarity as you move along. I'm going to pull one more card here quick. Guys. Oh my God. I love Spirit. I love the universe so much, guys. This is why I do what I do, because I love it. I love it. I love when we're about to wrap up and I've delivered a message and Spirit's like, yes. If only it will focus. Is it focusing? I think it is. Okay. Yes. Proceed, be seen, push through. That's all I have for you today. I love you. See you next time.